had the unboxing from the outer boxes of Trinidad. Okay, Giochix reprint, a second foundation, the second foundation of Buenos Aires. Now, it wasn't a Kickstarter. I got linked to their main website. Anyway, it's been probably about 18 months or so on for this. I had a couple of reprints beforehand. I don't know a huge amount about the game. It just looked interesting, so I thought, hey ho. But anyway, so welcome to the unboxing. So as you saw before, I was just taking it away from its shrink wrap. So the main box will come shrink wrapped. Then that's in quite a nice little brown box, little packing box with some nuggets, polystyrene nuggets in. And then that's shrink wrapped again round. So there's absolutely no damage to the box thing. I would have said probably weighs 2, 3, 4 kilos on there. So I'm hoping it'd be nice to have a look in there. I've left the cellophane on. So we're going to reposition the camera now and have a good look at the goodies inside. Alright, but join us in a moment. So here we go, Trinidad, the second foundation of Buenos Aires. Now, like I say, I don't know a great deal about the game. I saw it and I quite like the look of it, so I thought let's give it a try. I don't know if it was previously on Kickstarter, but they were running their own campaign on their own site, which they seem to do for a number of things, which clearly saves them money. Okay, cellophane's on. You saw, I was really impressed once again, a good packaging of the product. Don't try this at home, folks. I shall put that out of the way there. Let's get this shrink wrap off as we go. Get that away there. There we go, very nice. Dispose of that correctly. And let's get started. So we'll crack this open. So first of all, really nice artwork on the front, really clean, lovely artwork, really pretty. Going on to the sides, some nice flavoured artwork on the side, and of course a good rendition of the playing area on the reverse. So that gives you a good idea of the layout on there. Ages 15 plus. And the usual warning signs. Okay, let's crack her open. So lift off that box. Always like to have a look first of all at the box, because that's a decent weight box. I'm impressed with that box. There's nothing worse than getting a thin box. Oh, I hate thin boxes. Anyway, that's very nice. I'm good with that. Put that there. First off the top is some player mates. I think from the views there, it's for multiplayer. It's a sort of a hidden fog of war type stuff, so I imagine these are held to hide what you're up to, so that'll be for those players. I didn't see actually how many players this is for. Is it 1 to 5? There is a solo variant in it. I hope so, because I haven't got any friends. Yes, 1 to 5, so yeah, 1 to 5, so those are your 5 screens, nicely printed on there with some nice colours. Yeah, that's nice. We have our rule book. Doesn't seem too heavy until he opens it. Is there a lot going on? Oh, well, at least they don't do a font of like 0.4 or something and you can't see anything. So plenty of diagrams. Yeah, all the pieces at the front there. This is what I quite like. There should be a lot of. I think I've got the extras on here, but I've got the pirates and things, so I'd have to go back to the list of exactly what I asked for. Yeah, this looks good. Is there a playthrough on it? I'm just looking to see if there's any playthrough parts, card references. No. Anyway, nice artwork on the front. Yep, that's good. Now we come to what I would have said were player boards. Oh, I like that. I like that when they just pop out like that. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, no pressure on them. Look at that. Player boards straight out. They're nice and thick. That is a really nice weight. Nicely, what they call linened on the back, is it? Oh, it does look. Yeah, I'm very impressed with them. They're nice. Then we come to a few more, but these will be the player pieces. I'll just punch a couple of these. Oh, look at that. Straight out. Absolutely. Look at that. No problem at all. Pops out. Look at that. No, I know it sounds a bit like, oh, what are you getting excited about them for? But, you know, if you can just push your stuff out there without sort of like pulling out loads of tails and things or ripping, then, you know, you're there. Look, lovely. Just nice and clean. Nice and clean. So that should go for all those parts. And a good weight. I love the weight of the parts. Real sort of quality. Lovely. So we've got those, and then we've got another one which looks like it's the other two player boards. Look at that, just fall out of my hands. It's like a good side of cooked pork that just falls off the bone. There we are. Now you might hear this rumbling in the background. That is rain, by the way. We're just here in the UK. Tonight we're having a massive storm, so you'll be hearing it battering against there. So hopefully I'm able to speak up. More player boards once again. Look at that, straight out. Same thick weight, really good. That's some sort of probably a battle board or something. Anyway, don't know. Never played the game. We'll find out. Then we come to our actual player board, which is nice. Let's just pull that out to one side a minute. Let's have a quick look at that player board. Yes, nice weight. Oh, no, nice that. And it sits properly as well. Yay. Right, it sits down there nice. That's a nice manageable size of things, isn't it? Lovely artwork. I love the artwork. Turn tracks, player pieces. I think this is where you build everything. In fact, I'll leave that on there and then we'll get out the parts, because we're now at the stage of where all the components, and we've got the trays. So we'll pull out these. We've got some baggies of bits there with some cubes. We then start pulling out the different buildings and so on. But I'll come to that, and then we've got our minis, the things. So I think they're the pirates. I paid extra for the pirates, and those will be the pirates on there. So anyway, we'll pull the baggies out, and the reason being, oh, that's it. Yeah, I wanted the coins as well. Oh, nice. And a packet of something else. More baggies, cards. We'll have a look at the card stock in a minute. There we are. But what I wanted to do was have a look at the tray. And yeah, the vacuum forming on the tray is pretty decent. Yeah, as trays go. That'll have a bit of life to it, which is alright. Nothing worse than then have to go with third party and print your own trays and things, so that would be a nightmare. Anyway, let's start with, we'll put that away. Let's start with some pack of the cards. So these, I've no idea what these play, so we'll, oh yeah, another thing. Well, I was going to say, you can actually, the gold band, you know, when you tear off these cards, is easily found. Sometimes you're searching, and I think I'm just unlucky opening these things. They should just pull all the way around. Oh, there we go. So we did actually get it right. And we'll pull out the cards. Oh, a bit of static there. Get rid of that over there. It stuck to me forever. Get off. Right, cards. Okay, first impressions, nicely inland. Good weight, like that waxy feel to them, which makes them nice. And then we got, obviously, there's the players, governor, affiliates, so they would do it. I'm like you know, fighters, yeah, they're nice. They're good quality cards then. I like those. I like those very much. That's nice. Nothing thin. It's really oozing quality. Everything about the parts that you have, it's all lovely. Right, so let's crack open. So we've got our usual bags of cubes. So there'll be marker cubes for one thing. There's lots of different coloured cubes in there. That'll mean something, no doubt. So that's all right. We've then got more player pieces. These will be resources. This is me guessing, but I can tell because we've got some that look like blocks of cheese, but I imagine they're sort of stone. There'll be wood. That'll be gold probably. I don't know. It looks like little pouches, all plastic. That's well, that's either going to be coal or some sort of ore. I will play the game and I will find out. That's probably the secret. Anyway, look at that. Can't even pour them back in the bag. So we've got a bag of resources there that are in plastic pieces. We then got a number of other tokens, little meeply tokens. These are silk. These are screen printed, and you won't be able to see them there, but they're nice. Those nice clear definition, nicely printed on those and those. So these will mean something somewhere. Lots of those. So they do get down to small pieces, so just bear that in mind. There is a lot of small parts to the board, but I would prefer some slightly smaller parts and a smaller footprint for the game. I don't know about anybody watching this, but I'm getting a little bit sick of having to have a triple sized table just to lay out for a basic game. And I know that's when perhaps a little bit of scaling down would have sufficed, but anyway. Right, so we've got some minis here. Now I know that these are the pirate minis. There was an option to pay a little bit extra, so yeah, they look okay. Really, for these, you know, represent these points. I think what I'll do with these is just very simply spray them and then just give them a wash. I tend to find them a lot on my main minis now. I tend not to print or paint, you know, the key minis unless it's a particular game, something like Madara I got the other day, where I spend time painting the minis. But where I've got multiples of minis, I'm going for more of the wash look as opposed to even attempting to paint them. So those are the pirate ones. They look okay. Then we have another main pack, and these will be there's little sort of, so some of these parts are quite small. Now some of these plastic ones have little lugs on the bottom, so imagine that these sit into something. That looks like a fountain, and I would assume that some of these buildings might have something there. So we've got some different types of warriors and Aztecs and bits and pieces, all relevant to the gameplay. We'll come back there. Once again, they are small. I don't know what scale they would be, but they are 15 mil, something like that maybe. They are small, but from what I can tell straight off, they look pretty detailed. But be aware, there are small parts here, so a little bit of housekeeping. But the tray system and storage system looks awesome, so I'm really happy with that. So that's what we got in the minis. Then, well, let's open the big bag. Let's open the big bag. And this is where we got the buildings. And, oh, let me get that open there. So first pack of buildings, that looks like a little jetty, maybe. And some sort of, now these will wash nicely. You can have a bit of a spray on these and actually wash these very nicely. Actually, some of these would look good just with a quick wash and highlight some of the main areas, like you've got the roofs there. So I think you can actually do some pretty interesting, and without much effort, to be honest with you. So that's obviously my town building. There's a very large monastery church. There'll be a fort. Detail's nice. Yeah, the brick relief is coming out on there, so these will wash very well. I think very simple. Nice simple wash, and maybe touch in some key parts would just make them lift out. That looks like some town hall. So that, they're good. They're good. And then we get another bag of them. So now these are all coming. So here we have walls. Little walls. Everything's much more miniaturized, so walls, they'll scrub up well. Some brickwork there, and sort of these are farmsteads, is it? Looks like some sort of quarry. So these could be working resources. Now this would answer my question. So I've got some blank plates here with holes in the middle. I would suggest that that is then for those parts that we saw that need mounting. So it looks like you've got a little bit of gluing to do. Nothing major at all by the looks of it, not many pieces. So there's what, 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 pieces there that needed something. with those holes in the middle. So that's the lot for them, really. That's fine. So there's not many there. So those look like the generic sort of game pieces. Then the final bag is pieces that have actually been printed with a colour. So these are more than likely to do with the factions, because there we've got houses and you know, dwellings with an actual yellow on the top, printed on yellow, and we've got some reds. So we've got a yellow, we've got a red, we've got a green, we've got a blue, and we've got a black. So that's our 5 players. As we said, it's a 1 to 5 game, and those are our obvious starting pieces, and the rest are what we build to. And they are nicely detailed. I know you can't see them on the camera there, but you know, all the detail does come out. A couple of little miss. So somebody, wherever the manufacturer's doing, is sticking these on by hand, because that one there is just slightly off. They've obviously had a bad builder in. I'll be looking for a refund on that. Not from the game designer, off the builder who built the houses. But the rest, no, all put into place correctly. So, yeah, there we go. And I think when all that, well, I'll do a wash on these and just touch in some details. Won't take long. But I think when these are actually made up, they look very nice. It's quite an involved little game, little civilization type game. A bit like the new release of Terraforming Mars. If anybody got the big box, you got all the scenery with, you know, before now we used to have to buy it or print it off Etsy and stuff. One thing is, some of these are a little bit, shall we say, warped. They're not sitting perfectly flat. There's a bit of a lift on the edge. It's not major. To cure that, I would suggest that you probably put that in hot water, and and it will go back. Okay, so you can just drop that into hot water, soften that up, and they'll flatten out quite nicely. But out of all of them, there's hardly any. And to be honest with you, they're not bending up that much that it make much difference. But if you're a perfectionist, you're going to be looking at it and having kittens. Oh my God, it's a good bendy stuff. Right, and the last thing that we have is, now this was, I'm sure this was an extra on the Kickstarter. This was the deluxe version, if I remember rightly. And the deluxe version came with it. Oh, wow. Wow, I feel like I've got my hands inside some pirate's chest there. Look at those. Nice and weighty coins. If you can get these as after sale stuff. Look at those. Lovely. Now they seem to have had a bit of a wash on them. They're lovely coins, them. Well, they do look very Spanishy. Look at that. Oh, they're very authentic. I do like those. I do like those indeed. Very nice. So the coins are worth getting. I would definitely say the coins add a good dimension to it. I'll buy that house. I'll buy that farm. I will buy everything. There we go. Excellent. Good. So there we are. That's all the components. Really nice. Really nice. Quite very impressed, actually. Very impressed. Okay, let's go to conclusion. Okay, so those were sort of a little close-up view of all the components that you get in here, and overview, very good. Yes, I like. Once again, like I say, the components are on the sort of smallest side, but there will be a lot going on in the board. Like I say, I do actually prefer that in some senses, because I just, you know, it's having the space, isn't it, for such a large footprint. So I do welcome that, and it looks like it can be a lot more compact and all happen on a reasonable sized table, which would be helpful. And of course, we do have the addition, we have some sort of board there, which obviously is a player board that would go at the side. I'm assuming that I would have one, you know, I don't know how the solo works, but even laying up the player boards there, so I don't see this being a massive footprint as opposed to some of the things that we get ourselves involved with, so that's really good. Minis are nice, a bit on the small side, which is fine, but you know, you're not expecting big minis. No, nice. Coins. Love the coins. Gotta buy the coins. The coins are definitely, you know, I'll buy that house. Other components, nice. The resources. Don't forget, a lot of this they could have. Now I'm not too sure. This was the deluxe version, which they say they're not going to sell on retail, but I'm sure that most of the parts will appear as either add-ons. The resources are in plastic as opposed to probably lots of little punch-out bits. I don't see a huge amount of punch-out parts in regard to tokens. It seems like they've got most of it there, so I'm not anticipating a lot of tokens bouncing around. The trays are really good trays, and it looks like the thing, and lovely box and box art. So yes, absolutely, I would give that a great. What can I come up with? Negatives. I'm struggling for negatives really. I quite like the look of this. It's just got something really interesting about it. From a point of parts, and I've not played it. I'm sure that the reviewers will be at it to give you the review of the game. But from a point of view of how it came to me, boxing, packaging, all top notch. Components look great. Like I say, do be prepared that there will be a bit of a wash. It would have been nice actually if they'd offered a wash for the other components. But I do a lot of painting. But for those that perhaps didn't want to get into that, that would have made the icing on the cake for the washing, and washing the minis as well, which would have just looked nice on there. So, or an option, parts. And you've got to say about the punch boards, there's no way, you know, they just fell out, which was great, absolutely great. So there we are. I'd give that a very good 9 out of 10 for the unboxing. So that's Trinidad from Geo Games. I can't pronounce that, so I apologise. I've got that off. That's Giochix. There we go. I probably got that wrong. I'm sure you'll correct me. Anyway, thank you very much. Till next time, happy gaming. Bye for now.